Hi, my name is Izzy Crow, and I'm the assistant editor of the Fire and Safety Journal Americas. In this episode, I hear from Ralph Giaguardi, Pavion's division president of its fire business unit. After Ralph's amazing contribution to our November-December issue, where he spoke all about ensuring integrity at every stage of the fire protection process, I'm delighted to be sitting down together again to delve a little further into his expertise. Ralph, how are you?
I'm doing very well, Izzy. Thank you very much.
Wonderful. So, just to get things started, how can businesses ensure their fire defense strategy is tailored to support their specific operational needs and requirements?
So it's an interesting question, Izzy. A fire defense strategy is not really a one-size-fits-all type of process. There are considerations when designing a fire alarm system. So first and foremost is the meeting of all NFPA standards as well as local ordinance. We have to understand that, we've been hired by the customer to act as their agent. Pavion Fire, as the subject matter expert, is really obligated to provide the most efficient and cost-effective solution. We design our fire alarm systems as if we were protecting our own families. Being in the life safety business is a responsibility that we at Pavion take very seriously. Protecting lives is our number one priority, Izzy.
And I love that kind of sentiment of protecting our own families. I know that that was a sentiment that you touched on during our article, so it's really interesting to hear you bring that up again. So, what is your approach to planning and designing fire alarm systems, and how do you ensure compliance with relevant codes and industry standards?
Planning and designing a fire alarm system always starts with the customer requirements first. And the customer really needs to feel comfortable with the fire alarm and its total functionality. Proper training is an important facet of how likely the customer will be able to respond during an activation. Okay, and that can definitely happen. Again, I often use the term seconds matter, Izzy. We rarely over-engineer a system that meets NFPA standards and local code. We want to provide the safest solution while maintaining amicable costs to our customers. So again, going back to our solutions, we also want to maintain the proper standards relative to cost efficiency because it's always part of the customer experience.
Yeah, and it's really interesting to hear you touch on that and how that kind of interwines with accessibility and offering the best possible solution to your customers. So, in terms of customer service, what do you think defines exceptional customer service in the fire protection business?
So the answer to that question is much easier than one might really think. Meeting customer deadlines is paramount. Period. End of story. Accompanied by constant communication and always getting back to the customer in an expeditious time frame. Lastly, the customer must have a primary contact to deal with through the duration of the job and after. In our case, that individual is either our in-house project manager and or our engineer, and in many cases, both. So after the installation is complete, we want to maintain the integrity of that system and we want to provide service uh, pursuant to the completion of the job and the entire duration of the system's lifespan.
Yeah, no, really interesting. Thank you. So, how are today's advanced fire detection systems being integrated with other systems like mass notification?
Mass notification is particularly a very relevant topic. Mass notification is seamlessly integrated with our fire alarm systems. The process is simple, using a microphone with one button activation. The operator is usually an in-house fire safety director or a trained person within the same discipline. He or she pinpoints the exact location of the emergency, saving precious seconds and response time to all involved. Many of our customers have designed high-end safe rooms along with cameras and bulletproof glass as a place of refuge during an emergency.
Mm. Yeah, it's cool to hear about the different environments that you can kind of take refuge. And obviously, so unfortunate that these events are still happening, but so important that you guys are putting in place the precautions when they do unfortunately arise. So, kind of wrapping things up, what differentiates fire protection providers in today's market, looking at 2025 on the cusp of 2026? And specifically, how does Pavion stand out from the competition?
What differentiates fire protection providers boils down to the relationship you build with the customer. We at Pavion use a simple methodology that has proven very effective. I feel there are three critical components that make up the perfect mix. The first being the sales component, which the account executive is not just a salesperson. He or she is also a technical advisor, a a right arm to the customer, if you will. The second component is the engineering piece, in which our in-house professional validates the integrity of each job. We do not subcontract any of our disciplines out to anybody else but ourselves. Okay, so we have a lot of pride in our in-house personnel, ranging from professional engineers, drafters, not nice it for professionals, board members from the NFPA. So again, we have a varied portfolio, and our portfolio is consistent. What I feel is the best in the business. Uh, Again, the engineer is going to really validate the integrity of each of the jobs. Okay, and although I had said before that our account executive is also the technical advisor, in some cases the account executive, okay, doesn't have the core competencies that the engineer might have. And therefore, we defer to the highest level of professionalism. And then lastly, the operations component, in which our in-house project managers work alongside our foremans and our field personnel to ensure a smooth result from both an installation and a service perspective. And those three components together provide us with what I consider the perfect mix. And with that said, that's the primary reason why I feel we are so different than the competition.
Yeah, no, it sounds like those three components kind of give you the perfect team to work together. I think it's so important to utilize people for what they're good at. You've got your engineers who are such specialists in their areas, and then the operation side with your maintenance. So, yeah, no, it's really interesting to hear you talk about that. Well, thank you so much, Ralph, for sitting down with me again today. It's been such a pleasure.
It's the pleasure's all mine, Izzy. Thanks very much. Have a terrific day.
My name is Izzy, and I've been your host today. Please check out Pavion's website for more information about their fire safety systems by going to pavion.com, and keep your eyes peeled for more FSJA podcasts coming very soon. Thank you.